And I was like, the one thing, I'll be honest, like I'm not looking forward to transplanting these. Hey y'all, welcome back to Not Quite Homesteading. Today we are in the garden and we are going to finally be planting our onions for the 2023-2024 season. My goal this year is to see if I can plant over 500 onions in my small backyard gardening space. And the reason I'm doing 500 is because I really want to have onions throughout the entire year. Plus, I want to be able to pick onions as they're growing in, and that will allow for the onions that are remaining in the ground through the full growing season to kind of size up really well. I am going to do proper spacing this year, but I am planting way more onions than I did last year. Last year, I believe I grew a total of about 300 onions. I planted them all in a 4x4 space, and while some of them grew very well, others were really small because they just didn't have the space to bulb out. This year I want to make sure that we get really good sized onions, but I also want to plant enough that I can pull throughout once they start growing to be able to use onions and not have to buy them at the store. So the onions I'm going to be planting are short day. I am in the South, so we do have to plant short day onions. I will be planting a red onion, a yellow onion, and a white onion. Now I do have seeds left over from last year that I am going to attempt to use up. I did not know in my first year of gardening that onion seeds decline significantly after their first year of growing. So I didn't plant all of my seeds for one reason really, which was spacing, but also because it just seemed like it was way too many seeds in the pack. But I am going to use the seeds from last year, and what we get from that we get, but I have purchased new seeds for this year to be able to plant all the onions that I would like to. So the varieties that I'm going to be planting today are the short day white Grano. I have a short day red Creole onion. I have red rock onions, which I really enjoyed these. These were the onions that I grew last year, and they are really good, y'all. The Sierra Blanca, which is the white onion I grew, these did really well. I would say these lasted probably about 3 months before they started like going bad. But I will say I did not have them in the best storage, so I think had they been spread out with proper like air around them, they probably would have lasted a little bit longer. I'm going to be planting Texas Grano, which is a standard like short day yellow onion. And then I'm actually going to also be planting shallots. Now I'm going to be planting two types of shallots. So these are the conserva hybrid shallots, but technically, you know, if you want to get technical, like a true shallot actually is true French shallots. I actually planted from bulbs. I did order some of those with my garlic seed, and when those get here I will be planting those out as well. But I am going to grow these shallots as well from seed. So this is everything I'm going to be growing in my garden, and let's see if we can truly grow 500 plus onions in this small space. All right, y'all, so I have some little things here that like are pre-started. Now it rained really heavily and these things were like soaking wet because they were just like sitting in water. So I'm hoping that by adding a little bit more of the seed starting mix that this will dry out just a little bit. It is supposed to rain again today, so I'm not going to water these in. What I'm hoping will happen is like the potting mix that I put on top will absorb some of the moisture from the bottom, and then if it rains, like whatever I put over the seeds will help to moisten them. But I will check them tomorrow to see if I need to add any additional water. I don't know what happened to like my other pot. I know one of them broke but I'm pretty sure I didn't throw it out. So where it went, I have no idea. So I'm going to start with the white grano, and I think I'm going to use maybe 3 cells for these and hope that I get all of them. I think they should be okay. This year we will not be saving any onion seeds. So I'm probably gonna do 5. It's either gonna be 5 or 6 for the yellow grano to start. And I was like, the one thing, I'll be honest, like I am not looking forward to transplanting these. Like if I was where I would have had like the bed ready for this, I would have just direct sowed these, like using the square foot gardening method. But because the bed is not actually ready, and it won't be ready until the beginning of November, this is how we have to do this. Come on now, I'm throwing the seeds everywhere. Now these say 115 days to harvest. I don't know what the white grano is. I didn't write that on there because it's not on the actual packet. I got those from Eden Brothers. They don't put the harvest times on their packages, but for me, it says 115 days. This honestly will probably be more of like 6 months instead of 4, because we have to start in the fall. The one thing I will say though that I noticed, and I feel like I heard somebody else mention this too, I do feel like there are less seeds in the bag this year than last year. I know it's still a lot of onions, but it definitely doesn't seem like as many seeds as it was last year. So these are the red Creole onions. Oh, and I got a seed trying to jump out of here. We'll put these here, here, and I'll do 3 of these here. So these are the Sierra Blanca. So these are the leftover white onions I had from last year. I think I'm going to squeeze these in one because I forgot about the shallots. So, and there's not that many of them left. Oh. Alright, so I have the rest of the red rock onions here. And I'm like, onions are like the easiest thing to sow because you literally can drop them and just keep it moving. Uh-oh, I dropped the seed. I hope it didn't fall in one of the other trays. But yeah, so I have enough just to put one here. I'm sure some of these will get mixed up, especially with like watering. Some of the seeds will wash over, but it doesn't really matter. No seed left behind, please. It's like 4 seeds in here. Oh, just drop that. Come on, y'all. All right, this seed does not want to come out. Got it. You know, they actually don't give you a ton of the shallots, so I think I'm only going to do 2 of these. All right, y'all, and just like that, we have all of our onions planted. Now, I'm not gonna actually water these today. I'm gonna see how this actually works out with absorbing some of the moisture, and if we get any rain. And if it doesn't rain hard enough, then tomorrow I'll water them in the morning. But that is really it. So I hope you guys decide to stick around for the journey to see if we can grow over 500 onions in my small space garden, and we'll see what the results are for next year. This year I grew 15 pounds of onions total. That was about 300 onions if I remember correctly, but again, they weren't all full-size onions, so I am hoping to have mostly full-size onions in addition to the ones that I pulled early for us to be able to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed starting some more fall crops with me, and I appreciate you for spending time with me in the garden. Don't forget to check out the affiliate links in the description box below. Let's keep learning, sowing, and growing together, friends. Until our next garden update. Bye.